My name's Sam Hopwood. I'm the Managing Director of Sable International Australia. I'm a registered migration agent. I have worked in the migration industry for the past 15 years. Started my career working for the business in London, being based in our Melbourne office for the past 10 years. Good question. Where do people start? What do they do even before choosing a visa? I meet with a lot of people who have never been to Australia but have decided that they want to go and live in Australia. So one of the first things I recommend people do if they haven't done it is come visit Australia. Maybe taste it before you actually buy it. So yeah, that's where I start with people. Have you been to Australia before? Do you know anything about Australia? Do you have friends in Australia? Touch base with those people. Start doing your research, perhaps even before you look at a visa type. There are a lot of visas available, and it makes people's heads spin as to where they start and on what visa they should choose. It's, I think, very difficult for someone who is not familiar with the immigration law to decide on what is the most appropriate visa. So, I mean, everyone wants to go and read all the literature which is available on the websites, which is a good starting point. But eventually you need to talk to someone who's versed in the law, who understands it and who can apply it to your particular circumstances. The most popular visa in the general skilled migration category, and what everyone in the past sort of 5 or more years has been trying to qualify for, is the skilled independent visa subclass 189. It's the most popular because it gives everyone the freedom and flexibility they want to live anywhere they want in Australia and to work anywhere they want in Australia. However, with the popularity of the visa comes some challenges, and not everyone can qualify for the most popular visa. So what I'm recommending to a lot of clients at this point in time is to be flexible and perhaps consider other options which might get them to permanent residency at a later date. People make mistakes in visa applications because often it's the first time they've ever made a visa application. If it's not something you do on a day-to-day basis, then the chances are you're probably going to make a mistake. Common mistakes are timing. So people do things out of sequence and they don't understand that there is a sequence to which people should do things. So for example, people run off and do their medicals and their police checks far too early in the process. These things expire, they only have a 12-month validity. They expire by the time the application is ready to be decided, so they have to redo them. This incurs further costs and administration. There's lots of examples. That's a simple example of errors that people make. People make much more expensive errors and make errors on application forms and on factors within their application which they're claiming, which then can't be substantiated at a later date, which result in refusals. So there's simple errors and then there's catastrophic errors. I think most people want to work when they get to Australia, so they want a visa which allows them to work. Some visas have full and unrestricted work rights. Some visas have partial work rights. You should be choosing a visa which is suit for purpose. So if you're coming to Australia to work for an employer, for example, specifically one particular employer, then you'll need an employer-sponsored work visa, which allows you to work for that particular employer. If you're coming as a student, you'll be restricted. You'll only be able to work for 20 hours a week. If you're coming as a permanent resident, then you'll have full and unrestricted rights to work in Australia. Most visas which allow people to reside in Australia for a long period of time, and certainly all permanent residency visas, allow people to work. Most visas allow you to include a family member on your visa application. So dependent family members, people who are what we refer to as members of the family unit, are included on your application. They're secondary dependent applicants. The primary applicant usually has to satisfy the core of the criteria, and dependent family members just simply sit on the back of the application. They're included in the application form. They pay a fee, which is usually less than the primary applicant, and they're processed alongside the primary applicant at the same time. Dependent family members are included in applications along with the primary applicant. So it's not often that a dependent family member will make an application outside of the initial primary applicant. It happens from time to time if a primary applicant moves to Australia first, and then a dependent family member might make a subsequent application at a later date, but ordinarily they'll be included on the same subclass of visa that the primary applicant's making.